Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we're discussing a model launched in 2021. This is the Oris Aquis Depth Gauge. It's actually the Generation 2 Depth Gauge. The original was launched in 2013, and we'll go into some of the changes, but you can see the watch is large in steel, 45.8 millimeters in diameter, surprisingly slim, considering at 15.3 millimeters thick, and then 52.8 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. I'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference. This is not an everyday watch for most people, which is why I would say it actually fits fine on my wrist. It looks too big, to be sure, not comically huge, but it's a bit too large, at least for my tastes. I'll let you decide whether my 16 centimeter circumference wrist can wear this watch effectively, but there's no doubt that if you are going to use it as an instrument, bigger is better because it yields legibility. It's surprisingly thin. That is a shock, given that the watch is 500 meters rated and a little bit more, and we'll talk about what that more is. The watch features a strap that is delightfully vanilla scented, something the Swiss have been doing for decades. It never gets old. It's one of my favorite smells in the world. These vanilla scented natural rubber straps are delightful. You can see, as with the other Aquis models, we have step lugs and a sort of integration of strap and bracelet into lug profile, and so it will never be mistaken for a Sea Dweller, a Sub, or a Seamaster. Now here's one of the changes. The newest depth gauge has a quick release system that's built into the strap that allows you to easily dismount the strap and swap in a different strap or Oris's bracelet, which is built for this watch. You can also see on the reverse another one of the changes. The case back is designed so that it always aligns at 90 degrees to 12 o'clock. So you can see there's 12 o'clock right there. And on the reverse side, we have the conversion chart aligning 90 degrees to 12 o'clock, just like that. That is one of the other changes. Now, the final change from the 2013 model is that the channel for the depth gauge has been milled more effectively to improve legibility while submerged and also to more accurately reflect the current depth. Taking a little look at the case itself, you can see a combination of satin and polish. Still some shipping stickers on here, so this example is very fresh. Here we have removable crown guards fixed by screws. They can be removed if they're gouged. We have a screw down crown with media blast and polish. We have a bezel that is 120 click. It's much more mechanical than most 120 click bezels. The ratchet is exceptionally vocal and sharp. You hear it and you feel it. The bezel insert is ceramic for scratch resistance. Let's take a quick look at the loom. And you can see all three hands are loomed. So we have a seconds hand that's luminescent, and I always find that important. Not every dive watch has that, but I think if you dive deep or you dive at night, you should know whether your watch is running. Of course, it's a unidirectional dive bezel, so you can't turn it backwards and extend a dive. You can only turn it forward and shorten a dive. And of course, I've always mentioned that I prefer dive bezels to chronographs, easier to read and cheaper to service down the line. The movement is simple. It's a Sellita SW200, which is Sellita's version of the time-tested ETA 2824. How's that possible, you ask? All the old patents and trademarks, copyrights, and whatnot on the 2824 have expired, so anyone can make a version of it, and Sellita does. So it's a bidirectional winder with 26 jewels. It's got hacking seconds. It's got a quick set date. It's got a 4 hertz beat rate and a 38-hour power reserve via bidirectional winding. The dial is matte black with applique indices, a nice upscale look on an affordable watch. You can see we have this channel. There's a hole, and by balancing the compressibility of air, capillary effects, and the weight of seawater as you dive, Oris has created a system where the meniscus within the capillary tube will indicate your current level of immersion, your submergence level. So you get a little meniscus-style indicator, a small, subtle, but visible line that allows you to discern how deep you are at any given time. And you can see it goes down to 100 meters. So it's very useful when you consider that other watches with depth gauges from Panerai, from IWC, from Blancpain have been very expensive and complicated, some to the point that they require a battery. This is a beautifully simple solution to the same problem that saves you a lot of money on service. Now, taking a quick look here, we can see that on the reverse side we've got a conversion chart. So if you do want to convert between meters and feet, and you're not terribly swift with math, that is there for you. If you love this watch, reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.